Hey there, viewers, a Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Age of the Prime's Skydive. So, we have the last aerial box, which means I can finally complete Superion. So, his review is going to be next. So stay tuned for that. But for Skydive here, well, let's start off with the box. So of course, standard Age of the Prime's packaging. Got a picture of Skydive here in both modes, and he seems awfully cocky here. Yeah, aerial bot Skydive. 5 of 5 is Superion, takes 17 steps. Here we got a picture of Superion. Here we got some of the primes. So we got Prima, Vector, and Alpha Trion. The back, got them in both modes. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And well, for the figure itself, well, kind of like how Firefly was essentially a retool of Slingshot, this guy's a retool of Air Raid, who ironically was my first Age of the Primes figure. But, well, for this guy, well, it's your bog standard jet. I'm pretty sure this is an F-16, like Ariel's an F-15. I think this is an F-16. Yeah, I'm not really a big jet nerd, so I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is an F-16. But anyway, of course, we've got the nose cone right here. We've got the cockpit, which is just painted black. But we do have the hinge here for the combined mode. The wings have that cool lightning bolt detail. And that's something that the Combiner Wars version didn't even do. So that's highly appreciated. Of course, the tail fin, which has the lightning bolt detail as well. And this is a separate piece. So if you wanted to, you could just take this off and plug a gun in if you really wanted to. But yeah, this is a separate piece out of the box. So you just have to plug that in. Of course, the tail fins. Got the little boosters right here, so plugging blast effects, and these compatible. Yep, we can plug in some blast effects here, so we can have it look like he's like blasting off or flying. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, and of course we're just sharing the mold of Air Raid. It does that cool trick where these actually hide away in robot mode. The underside is not really that remarkable. It's mainly the chest. The head does hide away because you have to attend the head. And we have the cool thing where the chest becomes the landing gear. But the feet are just there. So, yeah. So, not really much else to say. So, let's talk about the accessories. And not counting the tail fin right there, we just get these two guns. And I'm pretty sure these are the same guns that came with Air Raid. Yeah, I think they're the same guns. So what you can do, if you really want to, you can take this off and plug a gun in here. If you really want to do that. But, of course, the intended thing is do what the Seekers do. Plug these under the wings. There we go. So we can just plug these under the wings like so. And of course, these also take blast effects. Come on. There we go. So we can do some aerial dogfight scenes if I have like Seiko with me. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for the jet mode. So here he is with the Combiner Wars version, or well, a picture of it. And honestly, with Combiner Wars Skydive, I feel they kind of phoned that one in, because it doesn't really look that much like Skydive, aside from like the colors. Like, the tail fin was wrong, it didn't have the cool lightning bolt details on the wings, it just had boring gold. So yeah, it looked more like Air Raid, because they had like the two tail fins instead of the singular one. So yeah, this looks a lot more accurate, to be honest. And yeah, like with these modern combiners, they're striving a lot more for accuracy. Like, look at the Combaticons, for example, like Vortex, for example, or the upcoming Blast Off. That's no longer a jet, that's an actual space shuttle. So yeah, I definitely prefer this new Age of the Primes one. And what I really wanted to do... Oh crap. But here he is with all of the other aerial bots. So we got Silverbolt right here. We got Air Raid. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit them all in camera. Let's try. So here we have Fireflight. And here's Slingshot. And yeah, they all look pretty good. Like, yeah, it's really cool how they're starting to do the combined teams again. Because, of course, we got Menasor back in Legacy. We've got this guy in the Age of the Primes. We've got Bruticus coming next year. We've got Devastator. I was curious on how they're going to do, like, Defensor, for example. Or if they do Abominus. Or I think Takara is doing Predaking right now. So, yeah. Combiner Wars is definitely back in action. So, yeah. Now, moving on to the transformation. Get all these guys off camera. There we go. So, with this being essentially a retool of Air Raid, the transformation is, well, it's the same as Air Raid. It's identical. So to start, I'm just going to take the guns off, set them off to the side. Take this little bit here in the chest. That's the landing gear. Just fold this in. Take the tail fin, spin this around. You don't have to do that, but I think that's in the instructions that you do that. Just gonna take this whole front bit here. And that's just gonna fold in like so. If you want to do the leg mode, then you also fold this up, but I'll get more into that when we do the Superion video. Just gonna fold up the wings. And in fact, I may have bugged this up. Yes. What you're meant to do is actually do the legs first. So you move this down. Then this top section, you just extend this out. Take the feet, move them down. And all this will close up. And then you move this down. Fold up the tail fins right there. Fold up the wings. Head spins around. Arms come untabbed because they tab into these little circle bits right there. Just straighten everything out. And here we have Skydive in robot mode. And yeah, this is essentially a simple transformation, but I think it's pretty neat. Like, I liked it on Air Raid, and on Skydive, I mean, It's definitely how he's meant to look. It's just I don't know how I feel about the orange face. Like him and Slingshot both have it for some reason, but that is accurate. They do have a like they do have that in the show. Anyway, turning him around, he does have quite a backpack, which again, pretty accurate. And let's be honest, the robot mode is always sacrificed for the combined mode, isn't it? Yeah, the face. Again, this is the only bit of orange on the figure, so okay. But anyway, giving him his guns, so we can just plug these in. So yeah, and honestly, I can't really think of anything else to say. Like, it's Skydive. Like, the guns can still take blast effects. I guess this is... Okay, there we go. The pink one seems to be a bit of a looser fit, but these ones do work better. So, yeah, let's just talk about the articulation. So, he kind of looks side to side. Kind of look... Right, he can look up if you do that joint there for the combined mode. Arms can move fully. He can T-pose. Bicep rotation. He's got elbows. The hands can go in. Well, the hands can go in. Waist rotation. Yep. He can kick forward. He can kick back. Knees. Feet can go forward. You can do the splits. And a really good pivot. So yeah, if you want to pose with the other aerial bots, then you can do that. But just before I put him with the other aerial bots, let's put him with the Combiner Wars figure. And honestly, I have no idea what the face of the Combiner Wars one is. Like, what the hell are those cheekbones? So yeah, I think that this guy does look better, just because what the hell is that face in the Combiner Wars version? Like, yeah, the Combiner Wars designs were more stylized, but yeah, that is just kind of weird. So, yeah. Now let's put him with the other aerial bots. So first of all, we've got air raids, so we can just see how much retooling they've done. And, well, I think they have done a bit. Like, one of the nipples here have been, or one of the pecs have been filled in. The wings have been redone, and the tail fins, obviously. I think the nose cone might be the same, I don't know. But of course, putting in the other aerial bots. Now this looks really good. Like, it's always satisfying when you complete a combined team. And this might not even be the full thing, because apparently there's like rumors that we could get an Alpha Bravo. Like, apparently the Vortex molding has some Alpha Bravo bits, so maybe, and keep in mind, like, hang on. Vortex can actually work as one of the arms of Superion, so they could very easily retool this into Alpha Bravo. So, maybe, hopefully, please, it would be really cool to see some of the old, like, it'd be really cool to see some of the old, like, fill-in combined guys like Rook and Off-Road and Alpha Bravo come back. So, yeah. But for now, I think that these guys look really good together. But how would I add Superion? Well, that's going to be the next video, so stay tuned for that. But for Skydive himself, well, complaints are, most of the complaints are the same. I've go with, like, most of the complaints are the same with Air Raid, but for unique complaints, honestly, I can't really think of any. So, yeah, the complaints are pretty much the same. I go with Air Raid. But, well, do I recommend him? As a standalone figure, maybe not, because honestly, he's just a generic jet figure. But as I can't even speak. As one of the aerial bots, he's obviously necessary for Superion. So if you're buying him as as a part of Superion, then obviously he's needed. But as a standalone figure, maybe not. If you're a huge Skydive fan, then sure. But honestly, I think I kind of prefer Air Raid over this guy. So, yeah. So I'd say get him if you're a huge fan of Skydive, or if you're trying to complete the aerial bots. So that's going to be most people, but yeah. But well, this has been my review on Age of the Prime Skydive, and this is a Transformers fan signing off.